Hi, everyone. Geez, everyone's like stretching. What's going on? Is there like a back? You guys been like killing each other or something, Sarah and Cha?
No, I don't
You
think
both
so.
are rolling on your back.
Stretching
Okay.
for class like weirdos.
Yeah. All right, maybe we'll do some back stretching. But let's get our joints, prep our joints. Let's do our neck. Go ahead and switch direction. Come back to center. Let's do 20 yes, which is the chin down to your chest, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax your shoulders. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So ear to shoulders, 20. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Chin to shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Go ahead and swing your arms. And switch direction. And like you're gonna start, I'm gonna bring my right arm diagonally across my body to the left, and I'm gonna go ahead and swing my right arm really wide, but my left will be a small circle, but my right would be big circle. So one direction, and we're gonna switch direction. Good. Slow it down. We're gonna go now. Your left diagonally across your body, right? And we're gonna do the same thing. And switch. Okay, let's go ahead and I've been really loving this exercise. So your hand could clasp or unclasp behind, or even move it towards your ears, depending on how far you can tap your elbows together. So let's go. I'm going to do 10 of those. 2, 3, open your chest. 4, wider each time. 5, 6, 7, relax your shoulder. 8, 9, ooh, 10. Okay, elbows. Switch. And open and close, open and close. Right? You can even, let's try this one. Right? Your palms, really flex and out. So really pushing the walls away from you. Boom. And from here, you're going to circle one direction. and switch. All right, go ahead and shake that out. Whew, I made me sweat. Okay, clasp your wrists and your fingers and focus moving your wrists. And then go ahead and switch. All right, this is kind of a kickboxing, I guess, mobility, but I like it. You could stand still. My mat is kind of soft, so I'm like wobbly all over, so I tend to kind of make sure there's a wall there. But first one is we're just gonna kick as high up and go back as possible without kind of like leaning too much, right? You want to kind of stabilize and kick real up and then back. So we're gonna do 10 of those just straight, and then 10 diagonally out, and then 10 diagonally in. All right, so we're going to start straight first, and then we're going to go to the right, and then we're going to go to the left diagonally. So straight, let's go swing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Out diagonally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Diagonally in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Come back. On the same side, you're gonna go ahead, you can put your hands on there, your hips, you can brace the wall, but you're gonna form a 90-degree with your leg, right? And then you're gonna go ahead and bring it. You can even tap on the back and then come back forward. 10 of those. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, abs tight, 9, and 10. Okay, switch the other side first. You almost like you want to scrape kind of like your foot on the ground, right? So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I almost want to imagine your legs are wet towel when you swing. 9, 10. Okay, outside. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inside. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go ahead and move side to side. And knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Let's go ahead and bend your knees. We're going to bring your knees, no, touch them together, really close together, forward, and then flare them out. So your weight is really like in different areas of your foot, if you're paying attention when you're doing this, right? Different sides of your foot when you're doing this. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and switch direction. All right, and you can go ahead and lift your right leg, go circular one direction. And go ahead and switch. And let's go to the other side. Switch. All right. So let's go from here. What time is it? Okay, so from here, I'm gonna go ahead and do a semi wide stance. And I'm gonna go ahead and take my right leg and I'm gonna step behind my left. I'm gonna go step behind my left and I'm gonna go ahead and bring my knee down, right? And I'm gonna pivot my foot where I'm gonna go sit down, right? And then from here, I'm gonna go ahead and kick my left leg back. Okay, so you're in an S mount here. So from here, let's do 10 hip switch. So we're gonna lean towards the leading leg. We're gonna come boom, right? Let's have our hands so that we're also working on our abs while we're doing these. So our hands up. So when we switch, we're gonna abs tight, right? Abs gonna bring us down, gonna bring us up. And then switch down and up. I lost count. One more. One side, and then, all right. So from here, let's go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and kind of straighten the back leg a little bit. So sideways, right here. So first thing I wanna do is I want to kind of twist my upper body as far as I can towards the leading leg, boom. And then I'm gonna go ahead and, first put my hand on the ground, and then I'm gonna come to my elbows. And from here, you can lean back, open your chest, right? That's what your chests are doing. And your hips, you're gonna tighten the back glutes and press the back hips forward. Get a stretch here. And then from here, you can now go, you can stay here and keep going, keep pressing forward, tighten again the back, the butt from the back leg. And then from here, you can go down to your shoulders if you want, boom. And then if you want, you can go all the way to the other shoulders. And once you get both shoulders on the ground, you're gonna bring your attention back to your back leg. The knee will be up, coming up off the ground, but the entire time you wanna be active with that knee. You wanna keep pressing it down onto the mat here, right? Good, and then from here, we're just gonna go ahead and do our leg swing, and we're gonna hip switch to the other side. So look, the back leg's gonna come in, and then I'm gonna right? It's gonna come diagonally, and then towards my face, and then I'm gonna switch to the other side, and then I'm gonna come back up. Good, and then from here, I'm gonna go ahead and open the back leg, right? Again, I'm gonna turn towards the knee as far as I can, and I'm gonna go ahead and first touch with my hand, and then my elbow, and then I'm gonna bring my attention to my back leg. I'm gonna tighten my glutes, and then that hip, I'm gonna press forward. The front knee is pressing down, right, to the mat. The back knee is pressing down to the mat. My hips are pressing forward, stretching here. And then from here, I could go down to one shoulder. I can go down to the other shoulder. Relax, right? Once my shoulders touch the mat, I think about my back leg, glutes tight. That knee will probably be off the ground, but we want to keep pressing it down onto the ground. And then from here, we're going to come up in our elbow, and then we're going to go ahead and swing the leg up, and we're going to come to the other side. Good, and then we're going to do it faster now. We're going to come boom, boom, come into our shoulders, come up back to our shoulders, swing the leg, and then we're going to go to the other side. We're going to come to our shoulders, boom, back, and then come back to our elbow, swing the leg, and then switch. Couple more, boom, boom. One more, boom, boom, come back up, and switch. Why don't we just come in this configuration, our hands on the mat, and we're going to slide, come to our belly. We're going to sit back, extend our arms, sit our butt back down to our heels. and then come into a tabletop position here. So I want you to spread your hands out, line your wrist, your elbow, and your shoulder together, right? And from here, let's go ahead and imagine there's a string coming from the middle of your back and it's being pulled up towards the ceiling, right? So we're gonna round our back and we're gonna tuck our chin and look at our belly here. And then the rope is letting go. So our belly is gonna sink down onto the mat and our head comes up. You're gonna press your lower hips, your lower back down onto the mat, and then the strings holding around your back. And then belly towards the ground, head up, belly pull towards the ceiling, head down, and do that a few times. One more time. Go ahead and sit back into a child's pose again, right? And then from here, I'm going to go ahead and glide my forehead, my nose, my chin, and my chest up, pressing my lower hips down to the ground. I'm going to extend my arms, separate my ears from my shoulders, relax my shoulders, look up and back. And then I'm going to come down the same way I came up. So forehead, nose, and down. And then go back up again, a little faster. And then chest, chin, nose, forehead. One more time. And then come back down. One last time, right? One last stretch, and we want to go into our circuit training. And from here, I'm going to go ahead and walk my hand to my left. I'm really going to walk as far as I can. And I really like with this one, if I'm walking to my left, I really want to pay attention to my right arm, right? I want to go as far as I can. And it's my right arm that's really reaching forward, right? Once I reach as far as I can to the left, it's going to walk forward. My hip's going to fall opposite direction, right? Now, when I think about pressing my right armpits down onto the ground, you can put your forehead down to the ground if you can. You keep walking your hands out, hips falling opposite direction. Good. And now we're going to do the opposite of walk, 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 walk. We're paying attention. We're going to the right, so we're paying attention to our left arm, walking out as far as you can to the left. And then the hip is sinking back to the left, and the left arm is walking forward. Forehead can come down to the ground. You can open your armpits up and then press down onto the ground. All right. That's a lot of stretching. That was good though. All right. Oh my goodness. All right. So we're going to do our circuit training. I'm going to bring you guys down here. Okay. So you want to think about, like, when I'm looking at you, I want to think about having the leg that is, I'm going to show you the move and then kind of mention a little bit of details. So I'm going to be in an S mount, right? And I'm going to turn towards, right, the knee that's in front. So I'm going to turn, put both hands on the mat, and I'm going to hip switch and bring the back leg up into a lunge. Boom. Right? And then I'm going to come down, and then I'm going to switch to the other side. And then hands again on the mat, and I'm going to jump up right? And then come back, and then I'm gonna hip switch. So I want you to think about the leg that's jumping up will be the side that's always facing the camera, right? So it's always, look, this leg is always facing the camera. I'm gonna come back down, switch. This leg, when I jump up, will always boom, face the camera. So something to think about when you do this. So it's like really quick. Right, back and forth. So that's the first one. Okay, the second one is you're gonna be on your back. Let me see if I can do it diagonally. So you're gonna be on your back, your head will be off the ground, right? And you're gonna do triangle. And then in that same configuration of triangle, you're just gonna come down and then come up to your knee, and then knee slide, and then fall back, switch, right? If you can, this is also a hip opener, right? So if you can, you're gonna knee slide, open your hips, touch that knee to the mat. If you can't, just do as best as you can. Come sit down, and then you're gonna switch the triangle into the other side. Okay, so triangle. All right, this one, you could have your dummy, a pillow or no pillow, whatever, but you're gonna come in all fours. Boom. You're gonna sit back. Boom, right? You're here, you're gonna sit back, you're gonna jump up, and you're gonna do 1, 2. So over here, sit back, jump up, strong abs, 1, 2. So you can have, I'll probably have my Bulgarian bag or whatever here. And I go, right? So there you go. All right. Yeah, some of these are kind of complicated. All right, so here, you're gonna have one leg fold, the other one post. You're gonna fall towards the folded leg here, okay? So you're gonna fall, your hand close to your chest, and you're gonna fall on your shoulders. So it's kind of like this is a spider guard kind of sweep, right? So you're gonna go boom, and look, this post leg will reach over and touch the ground diagonally if you can, boom, right? You're gonna try to extend this folded leg too. So you're kind of like up or upside down. You're gonna come back up, right? And the same hand as the post leg, you wanna imagine that you're coming up from a seating guard, and you're coming up to boom, right? Here. And then you, from here, when you do this move, make sure, when you do this move, we're gonna do this move together. Let me just explain it a little bit more. When you do this move, make sure the area where the folded leg is, you have some space there, meaning the next, it's like a three different moves combined together. And then from here, you're gonna either have your hand here or your hand tucked, but you're gonna roll onto your side. And your legs, look, I have my right posted, my left folded. So when I end on the other side, boom, it's gonna switch to the other side now. It's my left posted, my right folded, right? And then I'm gonna do the same move. I'm gonna go boom, kick, I'm gonna come back, same hand as a posted leg, I'm gonna pull like I've got a gi or the arm, and then you're gonna come up, and then you're gonna come down, and then roll to the other side, switch. So you're gonna do that over and over. So everybody try that. This is new, and it's kind of a combination of 3. So give that a try. So, yep, a sweep, you come back, and then you get up. It's like, spider guard sweep, you sweep them, and then you come up, right? You come up, and then, yeah, so I noticed that, so you start in this position, and you're in this position the whole time, right? So look, here, I'm gonna go boom. I'm gonna come back in this position. I'm gonna come up in that position. I'm gonna roll, but switch to the other side. Boom, to the other side. But I'm always in that folded and one clap position. Yeah? All right, so you're gonna need like space, right? So again, whatever leg that's folded, you need space because you're gonna be rolling onto. So if it's my right, I need space to my right. If it's my left, I need some space to my left, right? Because I need to roll into that space. So looks like everybody kind of got that. Again, I'll do it with you. And then the last one, it's a wall one. So find a wall or a couch or whatever, right? And from here, it's kind of like a wall shrimp. So again, it's kind of similar, slightly similar to the one that we did last week, but not really. Only similar because we have a foot up. So you're gonna be up, hip up, right? Now you're just gonna shrimp. Your foot's gonna be on the wall. You're gonna shrimp, and opposite hand reaches as much the foot as possible, and then you're gonna come back down, hip up, shrimp, come back down, hip up, shrimp, come back down. And if you really want like extra credit, then your hip stays up the whole time, right? So you could try that as much as possible. But if not, then you bring your hip down and then touch. So yeah, those are all kind of new, but they're super fun. So get ready, take a sip of water, say your prayer, whatever, but we're about to start. All right, so the first one, have here. All right, let me timer. Oops. Okay, let's go. So again, you're on the S mount, and you go switch. I also want you guys to focus on your breathing. You're breathing in this exercise. Right, triangle, knee slide. You can fall, stopping your hand, and then knee slide. Lift your hip really high for the triangles. All right, hop and then punch. So sit back, hop up. So fold and post your leg, making space. Go ahead and spider guard sweep. Come back up. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna roll to the other side. Sweep. Up. All right. Wall. Up against the wall. Wall shrimp. Aim is to have your hip up the whole time. Does everybody try that? All right. Water break. Go quick. All right, let's go. Let's go. All right. Hip switch. Yeah. Hips. Now, go. One, you can add a push up to it. At least jump your foot to where your hand is. Aim for that. Oh, triangle, this side. So imagine a triangle, trying to try somebody really tall. For me, it's like my shovel. Hips up really high. All right. Next one, frog hop and punch. shrimp. All right. Oh, water break. I think I got a shoulder burn. All right, grab your dummy. Right. Let me just grab the video. Hold on. All right, some review. Right. So I know I'm really going to details about back attack, but seriously, I think all of us are familiar or know about back attacks. You can never get enough details, right? And it changed from when I started to now in terms of like how to. It just like gets more cleaned up and more advanced and more effective, right? So I always learn, it's, even though it's like my favorite attack, you can always learn. And also, I believe like the choke is the number one submission, right? I mean, I remember it's true, like Letty would tell the story, like, arm locks, leg locks, like, they're really effective, but like if you are going against somebody who's super bigger, it's really sometimes it's really hard to get it. Or if you're in competition and you're like at the last minute, people are willing to have the arm break, the leg, ankle, um, break if they have a chance to win. But if you're doing a choke, then you don't have a choice. It's like you're out, so it's very effective, particularly, it's a technique that's great for women in terms of tough self-defense, right? So I really am going through kind of particularly because we're focusing on it last month, and we're going to continue to focus it on this month, is because it's something that I like, again, I just keep learning so much, I can always get better and better at it. So with that said, I went over to like when you're taking someone's back and you have it, at all costs, if you can, you want to go for the choke, right? There's like attacks that you can get from there, like an arm bar or reverse triangle, which we will cover. But your first attempt should always be the choke, right? Either with a gi or no gi. And if that is our aim, then we need to look at like, problems that may exist if you're having somebody's back. And I talked about alignment, how if they escape from your foot, your knee, right, your neck, so we worked on how to kind of address that. And then I talked about the second problem is that when, it's a really good technique to have, but in all reality, you're fighting always like one arsenal behind the person you're attacking, because they have, for example, in their best situation, they have two arms in their chin, but in our best situation, we have two arms. So we're always behind. So we need to address those problems, right? So last week, we talked about, which we're gonna go and cover again, and keep going from there. And I'm gonna, if we have time, I'm gonna talk about like how to address, problems where their chin now, right? We're gonna work on how to. So they got these like two arms and a chin. So we're gonna work on how to immobilize the arms. And then once we figure that out, we're gonna talk about how to kind of break through the last defense, which is their chin, right? So with that said, we're gonna go in and work on the different ways of arm fight. So I said this last week, whoever has the top hand, meaning like whoever has the top either this way, right? Which is not that effective, but if you come under like this, whoever has the top hand, so this is my hand on top of their hand. If they have my hand, then their hand on top of mine. So whoever has the top hand has the lead, right? So you always are fighting to have the top hand, right? And in terms of like this, if I have like a seatbelt grip here, their arm, there's two arms that could fight me. So the arm that you really want to really be mindful of is this arm, right? I have the choke is this arm, because this arm has the angle to grab your arm and pull. So you always, at all times, if possible, you want to immobilize this arm, right? So one way to do is grabbing it this way. So we're gonna start out with like hand fighting, where it's there are hand fighting, there's hierarchy in the hand fighting. So we're gonna start with like the least to like the most important, right? So we're gonna start out with two hooks, and we're gonna go ahead and start out with maybe a partner has so the least would be the partner has their hands on top, both hands on top of us, like in this manner. So I'm just gonna hold it, hold on to it. So in this manner. So ways that we can like escape from this is really, instead of fighting back and forth, you could just pull your arm out, right, from the grip, pull it out, and then come back in, grab, pull it out, and come back in, right? So so again, if I'm here and they have both top arm, right? You could pull like this one I mentioned last week, you could just pull it back, right? Versus like try to pull this way. It's gonna be really hard. But if you pull it back, it's fairly easy, boom. And then this hand also, you can pull it back, bring it back in. So that's how you deal with it. They have two hands, right? But if you have, let's say you have the seat belt and you have the bottom arm, now would be, right? The next one would be you have one and they have the other one. So you have one on top and they have your choke hand on top, which is like no problem, right? From here, again, you want to be really tight here. You're gonna fall to the side. And this is falling what, it's considered like traditional jiu-jitsu school. This is the weak side. So we're gonna work on the weak side, and then later on, we're gonna work on the strong side. So from here, if they have you have the top hand on the bottom, which that's exactly what you want. And then you have, they have the top hand on this hand. It's no problem, right? One thing to think about is you want to pull and have their thumb, if this is their thumb, you want the thumb right below their chest here. So you want to pull that arm down so that your foot can reach your hand, right? So the idea is your heel, well, you could do this while your eyes are closed, right? Your foot will find your hand. So your foot will find your hand and you will push and break that and then catch it with your heel, the arm, and you're gonna hook, right? And trap. Now you have trap this hand, and now, right, you're gonna slide your hand in, boom, for the choke, and then we're gonna come in and do the choke, right? So we're gonna work on the grip. So do those two. So two, one where they have two arms together and then one. So your opponent have two arms on top, and then the next one would be you have one and then they have one. Yeah, who cares? So everybody stop for a second, right? Vicky's like, is it okay if I'm in pajamas? No one cares. So I want to talk a little bit about like hand gripping and where to grip, right? It's really important. So I'll sit behind you. I'm not going to put my leg in because I want to show the hand. So look, when I come in, what I want to do is when I am gripping, it's BJJ, it's illegal to be gripping the fingers like this, right? So you want to kind of grip like the last knuckle and the palm here, and you want to grip it with your palm like this, and you want to push it down. And when you do this, try to bring your arm up, Nikki. It's really hard, especially if I do this and I bring it to her chest, try to bring, no, because I'm trapping and she's just using this like really weak muscle to pull up. Really, it's really hard. Mm-hmm. So when you're doing this, grab this hand, boom, right? You want to think about doing that. We're going to do it in a little bit. Since she's here, I'm going to show it, right? Another grip is we're going to do a cross grip. And I want to talk about like, you know how, I don't know if you guys have ever climbed a rope, right? It's really hard to climb a rope when there's just no knot in it. It's really hard. You're going to be slipping. But if you like knot the rope, there's a knot, it like stops you from sliding. It's the same concept here, right? Look, if I go here with her arm, eventually there's a knot here that will, it will stop me from there. Look, if I go boom, it'll stop there. So you wanna think about when you do a cross grip, you wanna grab. So the idea is if I pass the arm over, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of, in a lot of ways, like turn her arm. So like the wrist here, where your suicide, kind of area here, you wanna open that and you wanna put your thumb in there, right? And then your palm here. And this is really tight. And if I have also, she has more leverage if I have it out of her body and try to pull, right? But if I bring it down to her body, try to pull, it's a lot harder, right? So when we do a cross grip, when I go, when I'm here and I'm holding this, right? If I'm passing this, I wanna pass this over, kind of flip her palm to face the screen. I'm gonna grab, and I wanna grab in that area, boom, where it stops. And I wanna go boom, sorry, and here, and then the other hand here, right? This is like the supreme grip because she will only use like the weakest muscle on her arm to pull, right? And my elbows here is gonna be in, and I bring her elbow to her body in, and it's really hard. Yeah. Right? Versus this is really great grip to have here. But look, her elbow is really loose, right? Or up here, if I'm holding here, her elbow is really loose. And if she's super strong, even if I have this grip, it's really there's all this space that she could, if she's, you know, really strong, try to jerk outside. I could grip, it's a little hard, but it's not as strong as if boom, and I get this and this, and my elbows both go outside and she tries to pull. I'd be here all day. Okay, so those are the grips. Thanks, Mickey.
Thanks,
So we're gonna
Vicky.
practice on that, right? The grip on that. So we talked about boom, right? Where I have one and they have one. So we did that, right? So they have one here. No, they have one here and I have one on top. So you're gonna fall, and notice that I didn't really talk about it, but when you fall, boom, your leg, right? We get into the leg, either this configuration here or here. So I want you guys to think about that when you fall over, right? Any of those. So you're gonna fall here again, right? So from here, you're gonna bring the hand down, boom, grip, boom, come in, and then choke, right? So we just did that. And I want you to think about the foot movement. And now I want you guys to add like the grip philosophy. So the next one is, so single cross grip. So I'm here, I'm gonna have this grip, right? And maybe I have this grip, which is, I'm here and I have these grips, right? I have two top grips. This is pretty good grip, but if you want to advance to a better grip, it's like the cross grip, So look, this grip, same side arm, boom, same side arm, right? But it's a lot stronger, as I showed you with Mickey, that you have cross, where my arm goes across and opposite hand. It's a lot stronger. So if you can, you're gonna aim for that, right? So again, you're gonna fall, boom, look at your leg, boom, either here or here, right? And then from here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pass the hand, boom, this hand to this hand, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna expose the here, and then I'm gonna grab and, right? So right now, I don't care too much about like what this hand is doing, but a lot of times they're gonna use that hand to boom, block here, like this, right? And the shoulder down here, which is fine. So you're gonna go with the top hand, you're gonna expose the wrist here, and then you're gonna go slide down, and it's gonna stop right there, stop where the rope is, right? That's where you go boom and grab the wrist, right? Boom, boom here. And if the hand is blocking here, it's okay. I'm gonna go, if I bring my hand here, they're gonna grab it, which is like not a problem at all. So what I'm gonna do, same thing, right? I'm gonna bring the hand below, the thumb below the breast, so that my leg can open, and boom, I'm gonna trap. And then from here with the second hand, this hand's gonna come over, and it's gonna come, I don't know if you can see it, right? It's gonna come over, and I'm gonna pass that hand over, boom, you got a free hand, boom, and now you got the choke, right? So give that a try. You wanna see it again? Has everybody got it? So you're gonna pass the top hand, your partner's top hand. Again, you're gonna pull and put it against their chest, and then your same arm, the elbow comes back, right? So you're tightening, boom on the chest, and then back. Crap. Okay, we're gonna go over a little bit. I hope you guys don't mind. I don't know what happened. The time just went really fast. Yeah. Good job, Ja. Very good. Yep. All right. Do people care if I go over? I mean, I can stop now, but do you? Because I want to finish. Like, there's just one more grip. Okay. So another. So two potential like major like that happens here is boom. You're here, right? You're gonna suicide like boom, and you're gonna grab boom here, right? So either they're blocking their with this hand with their chin, their neck here, but another option is so one option they have this hand tied, and then the other option, they're gonna be like, oh, the choke is coming, and a lot of times they're like this, right? So we just addressed that problem. So another option is you get your arm boom tied here instead of here. I'm gonna be like, okay, this is the problem here. I'm gonna try to break. I'm gonna use my hand to break, right? So let me see if I can have a video. So I'm gonna go, okay, I think I found it. So another option is where they use the other hand to kind of break your hand here. Boom, like that, right? They're gonna bring that hand over here, right? And this is what we're gonna do. So another option is you boom, you fall over, boom, and you have this, right? Now, instead of blocking their chin, that hand is going to try to peel this hand, my hand off. Because if this hand gets peeled off, then they're free, right? So I'm here, and when they are doing this hand here, right, the second hand comes on top. So it's my hand on top of their hand, and then their hand on top of that, right? So now I'm going to take the free hand, and I'm going to do that hand movement that I showed you with Mickey, where you're lining up with the knuckle, and you're doing this, and you're kind of pressing, boom, your arm out like this. So you're here, right? You're here, and then have here. So I'm going to go grab and really open, right? And really, you can pull it off very easily. Boom. So here, bring that down, boom, and then pass it over, and then choke. Boom. So give that a try. So your arm against on top of their arm, and then they put the second hand on your first hand, and then your last hand will peel it off. Boom. Good. All right, good job. Any questions? No? All right, thank you. I hope this is not boring. This kind of stuff, I get excited. It's just like the little details. Um, and we're gonna keep going, you know. So after we kind of like cover how to sharpen up the actual choke, we're gonna go transition to arm bars and reverse triangles and things like that, and then what to do if we fall to the other side too. That would be like another subject that we'll cover. If there's no questions, thank you so much and see you next time. Karen, do you have time?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, everybody.
You just
Thank
grab-
you.
Thank you. So I was hoping, I don't know, that we could talk about Friday.
Yeah, give me a second. I'm just getting a sweater.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. Do you have an idea what you want to cover?
Yeah, so do you want me to well, the idea I have is, you know, I'm just gonna throw it out there. You can say yes or no, whatever. But talking about grip break, and then I was thinking like the warm up, you can cover like leg movements, you know, up, side, boom, boom, you know.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, will they be able to do grip break without a partner? Yeah, they've done it in the
Yeah, I'm just gonna talk about like, for example, the grip and like kind of, you know, I think, yeah, because I've been kind of practicing. What do you think? Like, have them the arms out like this, and then, or yeah, have the arm out like this, and then think about, yeah, arms out like this, right? Where it's flat, and I'm gonna talk about like turning the wrists to the opening, and then with that, they could totally like
practice. Yeah.
practice that. But they could totally do this, you know. So talk about how that grip works. Boom, right? Right. And talk about how like there's only one opening right here, and then the option is to do it with the wide, which is hard, or and then from there they could totally have the arm good stance, right? And then so you would be talking already about stance, moving side, whatever, right? I don't know. And then I say just maintain that base, and then have the arm, and then they come in like this, right? And then I'll have probably Nikki to show like what that means, like what that arm, you know,
Yeah.
to come in and pry, not pull, but like pride in, right? Like this, you know, turn and then pride, turn and pride.
Yep, that's good.
Okay.
When you show it with Mickey, it would be good if you say, "Do it along with us."
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it like show her what that looks like, and then we're gonna do it with. I'll iron it out. I don't have it all like.
And one thing I was thinking, because I was doing it along with you,
Uh-huh.
that just in terms of if the philosophy is to keep them, moving as much as possible, but of
Mhm.
course there'll be a little bit of time when
Yeah.
they're not moving. Here, I'll stop the recording, by the way.
Oh, yeah.